Hi guys. Does anyone ever do this? Like wake up in the morning with last night's makeup on and you're just like, nah, I'm gonna rock it today. Anyway, I did that. So whatever. But are you guys ready to leave your narcissist? Yeah. Yeah, you are, okay? And you're gonna need a plan. All right? Like you've been through a million cycles of abuse. You see your health deteriorating, like your time, your health, your life it's of the essence, and you need to strategize because besides the narc, okay, you are going to be your biggest obstacle to getting away from the narcissist. You are going to sabotage your own efforts. So you need to you need to like have a plan and make sure it can be executed in a way that it's successful. Okay, so first of all, you're gonna need money. Okay, you're gonna need funds, and hopefully you didn't fuck yourself the way I did by becoming financially dependent on your narcissist. And they do that, they'll pretend that they want to be your Prince Charming, and oh, like, just let me take care of you, baby. Like, you don't have to work, okay? I'll just take care of you. And then I mean, that's not exactly what happened to me, but you know, I know it happens like that. Like, you quit your job and then you're stuck. Yeah, so I ended up losing my job through a narc-related event. And instead of, getting a new job, I decided to work for my narc and, kind of shot myself in the foot like that. But so if that's your situation, and if you are living with your narcissist, you're gonna need a stash of money, and maybe like a bank account where the statement or the address isn't your location with the narcissist. I don't know why I didn't have a separate bank account. Like, all my mail came to our house. So if there's somewhere else you can get your mail forwarded to, start doing that. But if you are, yes, strictly financially in the narcissist's hands, you need to start stashing money, like cash. So we had kind of a cash base. I don't know. He let me handle the cash, okay, which, even though he was really controlling, and he didn't even give me like my own pay. Like, we paid all of our employees a set amount for their hours, and with me, he didn't give me any money that was mine. I mean, if ever I needed anything, like to go to the grocery store, or like a haircut, or even like super vain things, like he bought me a $300 gym membership. He would pay for those kinds of things. He's like, yeah, just take the money. But if ever he caught me saving money, like, sometimes we wouldn't pay bills on time because he was so impulsive with his spending. We wouldn't have money to pay bills. So I started setting money aside for bills, and I actually had to hide it, because if he saw me doing that, he would say, don't do that. So I would hide it so we could pay bills. And then whenever he caught me saving money, he would then tell me, like, I'm stealing from him. And I was like, anyway, sorry, I went off on a tangent there with being financially dependent. But since he let me handle the money, they kind of self-sabotage themselves in a way. Like, he would do stupid things like that. Like, he was like, no, I'm controlling you with money, but here, you can handle it. So I started taking money off the top, like, so I could get away. Because again, I wasn't even getting a paycheck. So you can hide money anywhere, like anywhere, and don't hide it all in one place. Anywhere there's a hollow space, you can hide money. Like, okay, this is kind of gross, but you see this hairbrush? It's disgusting, right? But look, I hid. See, it opens like that. I hid like $1,500 in here, and it saved my life. So Even though it's disgusting, I keep it as a reminder. I also had like a jacket with the lining ripped on the inside. Like I put money in there, in books, and like anywhere, like toiletries. So make sure you have money, okay? And all right, the next one, if you have any pets, you need to take care of their needs. Like my cats, they needed rabies shots, and it's like this 2-month process, and that kind of fucked me too because I didn't handle it soon enough. So when it was go time, I was still kind of stuck in the area, waiting for about like a month, 2 months. So take care of all your pets' needs, and please don't leave your pets with the narc and think you're gonna come back for them, because you're don't do that. Okay. All right, another one. Do not alienate your friends and family. And chances are you've already done this because people probably suspected you're being abused, or you don't want to have to talk to people about your situation, so you kind of push them away from you, and you kind of isolate yourself if your narc doesn't isolate you himself. Like both can happen. And yeah, don't do that, because when I was ready to leave my narc, in my area where I lived, I didn't have any friends that I could depend on, like, and nobody that I would ask to help me and like take in me and my 2 cats, like, so I was stuck in that way too. Like all the people who helped me, all of my friends and family were out of state. So yeah, do not alienate your friends and family. Okay. All right. You're also gonna wanna organize all of your belongings if you live with them. Like I had suitcases and bags that I had already packed, and they were spread out, and like I knew where each thing was, and or even like in your closets or drawers, like kind of know where the things that you want to take are. But I kind of left it there so it wasn't obvious that I was already gonna like leave. But you gotta kind of map it out in your head, or or write it down somewhere. Like, this is how fucking stupid bizarre it was. Like, I even made up my own written language with like symbols and shit like that, so that I could write notes to myself that my narcissist would not be able to read. And I would write them down in books, like not even in notebooks. It's crazy the extent like you need to go to, all that brain power, that hypervigilance, just to, this is survival mode. Like it's pretty serious, but yeah, sorry. Organizing your things, so know where everything is, all the things that you are going to bring with you. Or if you do have a friend or a family in the area, like start secretly moving your things out of the narcissist's house, underneath his nose, if you can. And what else? Yeah, oh yeah, you may need to make peace with the things that you are gonna have to leave behind. And it's sad. And so funny is, when I first moved in with my narc, I was wondering, why did he have so many belongings of past girlfriends still at his house? He had so many things. He had suitcases of other girls, like multiple different ones too. And I was like, why? Because you know what? They hold that shit hostage, so they have a reason to still be in your life and like hoover you back, like if they ever feel like it. Because I'd always be like, why can't you just give this shit back to them? Just give it back. How fucking hard is that? And like he wouldn't do it. So when I finally left my narc and I ended up having to leave a bunch of shit there, like now I know why. Okay, so what's next? Okay. All right. you're gonna need to pray and have faith in something. Okay, even if you don't feel very spiritual, just believing in something will help you do the things that you need to do to get away. Like you will manifest it if you think some, you know, heavenly benevolent force is helping you. It does help, even if it's like psychosomatic, to believe in something, you know, believe in a higher power, believe that there's help. Pray, like ask your angels for help. I'm serious. Like, everyone has a guardian angel. There's one guardian angel assigned to everybody when you're born, and then there's like, you'll have like a whole band of them as well, like past loved ones. Just ask. You have to ask for help, and they can more readily help you. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more things but to think about prior to moving out and getting away from your narc. It's hard to even have a clear head when you're doing this, and don't get discouraged if you try moving out, or you try leaving, and you just crawl right back after you packed all your things. You made like this whole scene or this whole thing about it. You've executed all the steps, and you can't breathe when you leave them, right? You start going through withdrawals, literally, like you're withdrawing from a drug, and you go back. Like, don't get discouraged if you do that, because they say, I don't know how accurate these numbers are, but they say it takes about, like, people try 7 to 9 times before they successfully get away. And you know, you can kind of rely on the discard in this way, you know. So they'll hoover you back in, treat you nice, and well, this part's kind of tricky, because you might give into it. Like, they'll lull you back into a state of, you know, not really security, but you think like, oh, okay, maybe it's not so bad, maybe I can stay. And so you lose your motivation, like, or that willpower to actually successfully make the move away from your narcissist. And so it's gonna go back and forth like that, you know, a few times. Like in my last video, you know, if my narcissist had hoovered me and not discarded me, I might have even come back after that, after I got into a fight with his new supply. So yeah, don't give up. Just wait for the next hoover, okay? And like, get ready. And it's, you know what else is kind of hard is, you kind of have to be like a double agent, you know, like, you know, you have this plan, and you might feel like you're betraying the narcissist, because it's like you're there and you know he's evil and you know you have to leave, but you still love him, and you're enjoying this moment with him, even though you know it's only temporary. And it's really bittersweet and melancholy in that way, because you know you're leaving, or you hope that you're leaving. You know, you're conflicted, but yeah, you got to be like a double agent, and pretend that you're not onto him, you know. Like, this girl on YouTube, Prophetic Vessel, she says, you got to play the fool to fool the fool who thinks he's fooling you, right? So you got to keep a poker face and just try to remain motivated and wait for the next discard, or, you know, whenever, but like, be ready to go, okay? All your ducks in a row. All right, so if there's anything I left out, I mean, I know there is. That's not everything, but please share it in the comments with other viewers. Like, you never know, anything anyone says, like, you never know who you might help. Okay? All right, so for those of you who need to get away from the narcissist, you can do this. Okay? I believe in you. I did it. You can do it. Okay? I love you.